Hello, good evening. Um, I am so excited to come back to the studio. I'm here in Troy, Michigan. Troy is one of the cities here in Michigan, Detroit, Michigan. And I am really, really excited to come back to the studio. It's been almost 3 years or 2.5 years since I was back here in the studio. And I am excited because the studio now is smaller and actually I can do more than we used to have a bigger studio, which we still have down here. But now I can do interviews and everything without going to the big studio. So welcome to the Dr. Pamela Obare Mogaka show all the way from Michigan, USA. I am excited, as I said, and this is the intro. This is the first time we are starting the show here in Troy, CMN TV. I'm just going to introduce myself the first time for those ones who don't know me or those ones who, have forgotten me. So I'm going to introduce myself. And my name is Dr. Pamela Obare Mogaka, as I said. I came to the USA a few years ago from back in Africa, and when I came to the USA, I already had a degree in education. I was an educator, and when I came back here, I decided to go back to school again, which I started from just the basic. I started from nursing school. I did my bachelor. I started with my associate degree, where I did my associate degree, and then I went back at Auckland University, where I did my bachelor's, then went back, I did my MSN, which is a nurse practitioner, and then my doctorate. That's why I stopped coming to the studio, and now I am back in the studio. When I was in the studio, I used to do global connection, connecting people from different ethnicity, people from different backgrounds, and that is what I was doing most of the time, and interviewing them, letting them tell their story. That is the same thing I'm going to do now, but also as I do this, I'm also going to interview, to educate and motivate. That is what I'm going to be doing here in the studio. So I will be coming once a week in the studio. I will be doing my video live on television here, and also I'll be doing them on Facebook Live. So that is what I'll be doing. So my videos will continue. Educating will continue, interviewing will continue, inspiring people. I am actually trying to I'm doing the videos so that I motivate not only the young people, the older people, the women, the men. My videos are just going to touch every person. And the reason why I'm doing this is because of my background. As I said, I came from Africa, and I came to the US with just a box with my clothing inside. I didn't have a coin on me. And when I came here, I didn't even have a close relative I was going to stay with. I stayed with friends, and I started from zero. And I am just that American dream. That person who came from nowhere to be somebody. And that is why I am here to motivate people. I know there are people out there who feel like they can't make it. I am here to motivate people, to give people examples, to bring guests that are going to tell them their story, to motivate them, to be better people, to do better, to serve their community. So that is what I will do. As I said, my example, coming here to the United States, I truly, honestly didn't even think I will make it to become a doctor in the USA myself, me, Pam. I didn't. But through God, through support system, I am here. I am a living example, and I'm here to help other people, young people, old people, not so old, women, children, to motivate them, to help them understand that your past cannot describe, or your past cannot dictate your future. I count myself as one of the people who are successful through what I have built for myself, and I'm here to motivate other people who are there, single mothers, young girls who feel like they cannot make it. I am here to motivate you. So my whole, all radio interview is going to be about motivating people, telling them through other people's example. So, for example, I'm just going to go quickly because I practice during the week. I work with mobile doctors. I practice during the week, and I've seen a lot. I work in the suburbs. I work in the inner city. I have seen a lot. There's so much need to serve out there. I can't even explain. So much need. When I came from Africa, I was like, you know what? It is so bad over there. When I was growing up, if I can give you an example, I didn't have shoes until I was almost 15 years when I was going to high school. I never owned a pair of shoes of my own. Just I can call my own shoe. We used to walk in those little stones when we are going to school without shoes. Lunch was just very, we never even used to eat lunch anyway. And when I was growing up, I can just give an example that we had our neighbors who had their sons in the USA and some in Australia. And that is what, when I was still little, that is what really triggered me to think, okay, if these people can make it, I didn't know where they were. They were somewhere, some part in the world, somewhere in the world, some place where they are doing so, because they will drive cars to the village, because me, I wasn't born in the city. I was born in the village. So I was like, oh my God, these people are coming from wherever they are, the USA. They used to call it the USA. I was like, wow. And they can drive cars and they build houses for their parents. And I was like, wow, I also want to do this for myself. Because by that time, when I was a little girl, we didn't even have a house that you can call a house. We used to have that grass-thatched house. The grass-thatched house, we didn't even have enough money to build that grass-thatched house well, because it had holes on top. And at night, you could actually see the stars. And as a little girl, I used to be so scared because, seeing the stars at night, but here in America, I guess it's a beautiful thing because people go camping at night and they watch the stars. They love the stars. My kids tell me, they want to go camping. I'm like, I'll take you camping, but me, I'm going to stay inside because me, I did my camping when I was a little girl because I would watch the stars because we were so poor that even having a roof itself for me, now I'm laughing, but it was serious. So, yes, so that is where I came from. But as a little girl, I had this dream that I also want to make it better for myself. If going to wherever my neighbors were going is what was going to make me be a better person or, fulfill my dreams, I was going to do it. And that is how my dream was created. After seeing my neighbor who had gone abroad and they were able to go to school and they were able to build good houses for themselves. They were able to build, to have cars, have a nice road to their home. So I had that in me. And why I'm telling this story is that I know young people need somebody to be a mentor to them. Because for me, that was my mentor. That family was my mentor. I just looked at them. I said, you know what? Whatever it takes, even if I'll be walking without shoes, whatever it takes. And for me, coming from Africa, coming from Kenya, for me, my gateway was education. That is the only thing that was going to make me get that dream. And that education, I had to walk miles and miles to go get it. And when I got it, I went to high school. I was lucky enough to go to university in Africa. And then when I came to the USA, that was another story because I had to start all over again. So when I came here, I started all over again. And it wasn't easy. But guess what? I fell so many times I wanted to quit. Sometimes I didn't even have money for gas. I would ask friends. Sometimes I didn't have food, but I would borrow. But at the end of the day, I was able to be successful. So I am successful now. And I just look back and I thank God for that. But I thank also God to have given me that vision, that dream, that I looked at my neighbor and I said, you know what? I want to change the course of history of my family. I want to make sure that my family will be better now and the future generation. And that is what I do. That is what I tell my boys and my daughter, that you don't have to be born with a silver spoon in your mouth to be successful. You can be born in a very poor neighborhood. You can be born in ghetto, in Soweto, or whatever the case. But if you honestly, truly decide that you want to make it better, you decide that you're going to change your negativity, you're going to change your past to be better, to be something else, you will. But the thing is this, that as we continue to discuss in this forum, I'm going to give you tools that are going to help you. Because I know there's so much need. There's so much need in our community that our young people, they need somebody to look up to. They need a mentor. They need somebody they can look up to and, want to be like that person. And the other thing is, even the young people who do not have college education, there is also hope for you. The young people who do not have even high school diploma, there is hope for you. This America has enough for everybody. As I said, with me, with my accent, if I can come here in America and make it, I really don't think there's anybody who cannot make it. Even for the young people who are watching me, because on Facebook I have more than American friends. I have African friends from Australia, from UK, from all over the world. I think that every person is somebody, and you can make your life, you can change your life. All you need is an opportunity. All you need is the right tools. All you need is to have the right person to just give you a little push, and you will be there. And so that is why my show is going to be special. It's going to be different. I will be interviewing people. I will be educating people. At the same time, I'll be inspiring and motivating. I really want my story to help somebody else, to help a young girl in the streets of Detroit. Because I go to Detroit. I see my patients in the inner city of Detroit. I go to some homes, and sometimes I have to talk to the young girls. And sometimes they look at me like, but I'm like, yes, I am from Africa. I talk with accent, but yes, I've made it. And you can make it. The fact that you made a mistake and you got a baby, that does not sentence you to be nobody, or for people to look at you like you're nobody. Because everybody counts. I don't know why sometimes especially young people, their self-esteem is so low that they feel like, okay, I've made a mistake. I got a child when I was 16. I made a mistake. I made mistakes. I did some drugs. I ended up having a felony. There is hope for everybody. And that is why I'm like, let's come together. Let's work together. How can we work together? How can I use my platform to motivate you? How can I use my platform to help somebody who is in despair? So for me, this is a God-sent studio or a God-sent opportunity for me to share my experience with somebody who is somewhere, who is despairing, somebody who feels like they want to give up, somebody who feels like life is not fair, because sometimes life is not fair. Sometimes even me, I used to feel life is not fair for me. Why was I born in a place where there was no money, there was nothing? Why was I born there? But as I said, when you have that dream and you have somebody, a mentor, somebody to look up to, or you have a true successful story, then you understand where somebody is coming from. And once you understand where somebody is coming from, all of us are the same. Black, white, not so white, mixed. All of us are the same. And all of us have the same struggles. Before I came to the United States, I used to think, you know what? I mean, we have a different notion about people in the USA. We usually feel like, okay, they are more everybody in the USA, they are more advantaged. When you come to the USA, you can just go in the street and pick money. That's what the notion. Some people have notions from Africa. When you come to the USA, you go dig a grave, and get some money. You go, walk in the street and get money. No. It is as you struggle as anybody else. But the beauty of being in the USA is that you have that opportunity that we don't have. And even me as a woman, I get that opportunity to be whoever I want to be. So that is the difference of being in the United States and being in Africa. But at the same time, as I say that, even in Africa, you can still make it. You can still make it. I honestly, truly feel that once you want to change your course in history, you can make it. You don't have to come to the United States to make it. You can still make it wherever God finds you, wherever you are, wherever life finds you. You have to change. If you have lemons, you have to change them to lemonade. If you have whatever you have, you will change it. But you have to set a goal. The other thing that I was telling people is that you have also to be able to motivate yourself, because you have to be your own motivator. You have to motivate yourself because there's so much negativity out here. We find that most people, they've gone through so much that they don't think that there's good things out there. So you have to motivate yourself. You have to motivate yourself. Whatever dream you have, if you are in Detroit and you want to start a small business, you have to know how to start that small business by doing your research. If you want to become a doctor, you have to know, how do I become a doctor? If you want to become a lawyer, you have to do your research. Sometimes you have to serve. Sometimes you have to work for free for people so that you can learn. So those are the kind of things that you have to do to be better. If you don't have a college degree, what can you do? Because I believe honestly that God has a purpose for every one of us. Not all of us can be doctors. Not all of us can be lawyers. But some of us can be lawyers. Some of us can be doctors. Some of us can be business people. And you don't have to have a university degree. You don't have to have a college degree. You can still be successful in this land of opportunity. And even if it's not this land of opportunity, you can still be successful even in Africa, in Australia, where life finds you, in UK, where life finds you, you will still be successful. The only thing is that successful people think differently. Successful people take risks. Like the one I took to come to the US, I didn't know anybody, but I was like, you know what, I'm going there. And I'm going there, I'm going to be successful. I'm going to fall, I'm going to stand up, I'm going to keep moving. And that is what successful people do. For me, I followed the education route. That is what I knew. But I think after being here for a long time, after interviewing, if you check on my Facebook, Pam Mogaka, you can follow me on Facebook. If you follow me on Facebook, you can see so many of my videos. I motivate people. I tell people, okay, life has found you here. You don't have a college degree, but you want to start a small business. How can you start that small business? What business do you love? Do you like to have a restaurant? Yes. How do you work towards having that restaurant? You have to work somewhere. If it means working McDonald's 2 jobs, you work McDonald's 2 jobs. But guess what? You save the money towards your restaurant. And the beauty of it is that once you save the money for your restaurant, you have to go look at the people who have restaurants. What do they do that is different? The successful people, you have to go serve there so that you can learn the art of restaurant. So that is how successful people think. So my tools are going to help you as I come here every week on Wednesdays. They are going to help you to become successful in whatever place where God finds you, as I said. Also, I will be educating older people on on healthy issues, how to stay healthy. I'll be educating them on disease processes, diabetes. Why do people with diabetes some of them end up having amputation? What can you do so that you don't have amputation? So I will be educating, especially the older people, anybody who is over 60. I will be educating them, or I'll be educating you. How can you use the resources you have available so that they can help you? Because we have a lot of resources available that you can use, especially the baby boomers, the older people who have chronic diseases. You don't have to suffer out here. There's so much that you can have. There's so much you can use. There are so many things I've learned after now I started practicing that I want to share with the whole world. I want to share to all of America. I want to make sure that the older people are taken care of. Why can't we take care of our older people? Why can't we give them resources available for them so that they can live a quality life? So I am going to be educating when I start coming to the studio. I'll be educating our older people, the resources we have available that they can use so that they can live a quality life. We have so many, tons of resources available they can use. We even have chore workers who can come and help you in your home. We have older people who don't know how to read because maybe they have cataracts. They have some chronic condition. They can't move from their homes. How do you survive in your homes? What homes, if not, what other facilities do we have out here that you can use that can also help you live a quality life? We have to take care of our older people. So those are the kind of education I'll be bringing and I will be sharing with you. What about women? I will also come out here to share with women. We have single women. Sometimes it's not anybody's choice. Everybody would love to be married if you are in a relationship. But sometimes things happen. So, but you have found yourself single with 4 or 5 children. Sometimes somebody will be like, you are successful because you are able to go to school, you are able to take care of your children. No, we also have, even single people have opportunities out here. Even single people are people. They are human beings. They breathe. So how can we help them? So my show is also going to look at how we can help single people. We have resources available. I am telling you, I get amazed. We have a lot of resources out here that single moms, married ladies who are under the low income, they can use. And those resources are for you. You can use. They are available. They are out here. You can use them to better yourself. You can use them to move a little bit farther, to make yourself better, to make the future of your children better. So the women also have a place. What about men? I also have a place for men. I have a place for men because, where I come from, men are supposed to be the head of the family. Of course, here in the USA, we also have the same, but, it is mixed. Now we have all sorts of mixed relationship, which we have also accepted. But if where I come from, men are supposed to be the providers. Men are supposed to take care of their families. But also because we have dynamics, especially for the minority, how can we help young men? How can we mentor young men be better people? Or look at themselves like they matter in the community, like they are important people in the community. So that also, we are going to look at that. And we are going to give them tools in the community too that can help them be better people. We have programs for young people they can use. We have programs that mentor young people to become better, to feel like they're somebody. Because sometimes their dads are not there. They're somewhere. They're in prison. They're somewhere. But that doesn't mean that you're not going to be a successful man because your dad is not here. You can still be. We have successful people. Even the former president of the United States, he was raised by a single mom. So how did he do it? How can we help young people have a mentor? Look at somebody. Look at have the main figure in their lives, what are the programs we have out there that we can use for them so that they can be able to feel they belong? Sometimes our young people, all they need is just somebody to hold them, especially young men. They need a strong man in their life. It doesn't have to be their father. It doesn't have to be black or white. It can be any color. All they need is somebody to hold their hand so that they can feel like they are important people in the community. And they are. They are. So my show, as I went down, my show is going to touch every little bit of this. How can we use the resources we have available so that they can help us, so that we can be better people, so that we can inspire others? For those ones who have, if you are a doctor, you are a lawyer, what have you done to give back to the community? How have you served your community? There are people who have lots and lots of money. And yes, they've worked so hard for that money. And it's their money, yes. But let me tell you, at the end of the day, when you have done or you have given somebody something, somebody who can never give you back, the blessings, they just come flowing to you. Even if you have as much money as you have, you give somebody something. You don't have to give them money. You can give them your time. You can give them something that will help them be somebody. I wanted to look if somebody has commented on Facebook. Yeah, thank you, I appreciate. So, as I said, everybody, I truly, truly feel that my coming to this CMN TV, my coming to the USA, God had a purpose for me, and that purpose, I'm going to fulfill it by serving other people in our community. I don't have to be paid. When I come to this program, I don't have to be paid. And I tell people, you don't have to be paid. Sometimes you just have to serve, and the blessings will come flowing. Honestly, that is how I feel. And if all of us can give a little here, it doesn't have to be money. It can help. It can take young people in a different direction. It can help old people in a different direction. All of us are the same. All of us are one humanity. All of us have the same blood flowing in our veins. Black, white, it doesn't matter. All of us are the same. Deep down, we fear, we love, we cry. All of us are the same. And if we can look at each other as people who were created the same and who have to hold each other's hands, we will make our world a better place. And that is why I'm here at CMN Studio to serve you. Check me every Wednesday at 7 o'clock, 7:30, and like my page, Pam Mogaka. You like my page and share my videos. Like them, share my videos. Give that one child who needs somebody to just hold his hand, who needs somebody to tell them they are somebody, who needs somebody to tell them they belong to the community. We need that. And if we have just one person, if I can help one person, I'll be so happy. If I can help just one child out there, I'll be happy. If I can help one woman out there, I'll be happy. So as I went down, I thank you for tuning in. I thank you for giving me the opportunity. I don't take it for granted. I'll be serving you. I'll be here to serve you. So thank you so much, and keep tuning in. Keep checking on my Facebook page, and I will see you then. Thank you.